Oh, let me tell you, I've been looking forward to making this one because good things are going to happen. My name is Mikołaj Maria Dawidowski and welcome back to another video. Manifestation series. I'm changing the name. Grounded Manifestation 101. That's what it's going to be called from now on. I'm going to change the title of the other one. Just so you're aware. Because we're not going into the airy-fairy stuff that the New Age spiritual movement has a tendency to do. We're taking action, but we gotta lay the foundations first. You gotta know theoretical basis before you can take the right action and before you can expand. This is why these are going to be loops that I'm gonna be doing, deepening the understanding and deepening the knowledge with every loop. We're going to be doing mind, we're going to be doing speech, we're going to be doing action. And we're going to go through them over and over again, deepening and explaining it more and more in detail why it works the way it works. And then we'll eventually merge the three. Because unless they're all working in perfect unison, you're creating a disaster, not a life. Your speech. First step is you need to observe yourself and the things you're saying. Most likely, if you are starting off, you're gonna notice that there's a lot of bullshit you're saying. A lot of unnecessary bullshit that you're saying. Really tons. Insulting, gossiping, bad-mouthing people, downplaying yourself, negatively describing yourself. Just a whole heap of nonsense that is completely useless. Lies, deception, betrayal, people pleasing. So you gotta watch yourself first so you become aware of these things, and you need to acknowledge the fact that you do these things. Don't run away from it, own it. This is who you are. The longer you run away from who you are, the more suffering you're going to create for yourself and those you care for. You gotta own who you are and become aware of who you are choosing to be every single moment with your speech. What you say to other people matters. It has impact. It has influence on other people's lives. You can make the day for a person, or you can destroy it. You can destroy their humor for an entire day by just saying one simple line. Your words have power. You create your surroundings with the words that you speak. You're telling people who you are with your words. You're telling yourself who you are with your words. So now we're going into the combinations. Your speech and your mind. You take the two together, what happens? You get action. Because you're saying stuff, your mind listens, your conscious mind listens, directs it down to your subconscious drives your body. If you have whatever breakfast, then your body is going to go and make you a whatever breakfast. If you say to yourself, I'm going to have a great breakfast, your body is going to go and make you a great breakfast, and it's going to put in the effort to make the great breakfast. Even if there is resistance that you may have to overcome along the way. Just because you set yourself intention that you're eating a great breakfast today, you'll go and make the best that you can. Or even better, you're going to go and eat the best breakfast you can because you're working with what you've got. And sometimes that could lead to very strange and funny situations where you're working with manifestation. Because if you tell yourself, I'm going to have the best breakfast, you may end up accidentally being invited by a friend to go out all of a sudden and go on a whole journey. But you gotta let yourself go. You know? All of a sudden you wanted breakfast, but then there was nothing in the fridge, and all of a sudden someone knocks on your door and there's a delivery. The food that you ordered. You know? There are many, many ways in which manifestation occurs, and it is very, very important that you do not limit the infinite potential of creation. You want something, then want something, but do not limit the way you can get that something. But it has to be this way, and it has to come in that way, and you're limiting the creative process. You're telling the creative process that you know better than it how creation should happen. It's not gonna work. Use the right type of speech. Observe yourself. First step is always observing yourself and cutting away all the bullshit. Stop gossiping. Stop telling people bad things. Stop down putting people. You know, we have something called the mirror neurons in our brain. This is very important to know. What they do is they mimic whatever they see around you. And so if you're making people angry on purpose, if you're making people sad on purpose, these mirror neurons are going to see that, and they're going to see the sadness, and they're going to go, so you should be feeling sad. Okay, we're going to make you feel sad. They're going to see the anger, and they're going to go, so you want to be angry. Okay, we'll give you some more anger. We'll create the necessary hormones so you can feel the wrath of anger. You have to be very watchful of your speech. Just like with your thoughts. You gotta observe it. You gotta study it. And you gotta own it in order to change it. You have to realize that you are choosing these words yourself. They don't just come out at random. You are choosing your words. You are choosing your thoughts. You are choosing the action. Choice is the beginning of everything. Becoming aware of your choices is the beginning of greatness. Because if I choose to give you a compliment now, I am giving you a compliment, but I am also choosing to bring myself up as a way. And of course, with time, you're gonna have to go through purification processes to get rid of the ego that was doing all of this just to make itself to a better place, just to make itself feel good, and not actually for the benefit of those around you or yourself. Don't worry about that. When that time comes, you'll be ready. When that time comes, you'll have the videos that you need. For now, become aware of all the little things that sabotage you in your day-to-day life. Do you wake up in the morning and the very first thing you said to yourself is, I hate my life. I hate my job. I hate existence. Or do you wake up and you go, what a wonderful day, another beautiful day full of potentials that I am going to harness. I am grateful for this wonderful day that has been bestowed upon me. I am ready to take ownership and get this day the best I've got. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. Another day, another opportunity. What do you do? What are your rituals? We'll get into rituals. It's gonna be fun because for me rituals are physical action, but I incorporate it with spiritual actions as well. Symbolism is really important. I'll have a lot to say about that, so get ready for long videos. Use the right speech. Set the intention to use the right words at the right time, and then do it. Let yourself do it. But in order to do it, you first have to realize that you're doing the bad things. Unless you notice and you observe within yourself the imperfection, or the negativity, you cannot change it because you believe that you're perfect. So why should you be putting in any effort? After all, you're perfect, even though you're suffering 99% of the time. If you're suffering, you're not perfect. You've never touched upon perfection if you're suffering. You might have had glimpses, half a second of a glimpse of perfection, but you're nowhere near perfection if you're suffering right now. You can't even conceive proper perfection if you have suffering in your life. Once you climb out of the suffering and start climbing into heavens and the heavenly realms, then you sort of start to become aware of the perfected ways of existence. It's a long road, I tell you. There is so much. In fact, it's infinite. It's basically infinite. But don't worry. There is something strange about us humans, and we can experience consciously infinities. And we can consciously experience infinite amount of time, whilst here in this physical life only minutes or seconds or hours pass. It's a very, very interesting thing. We might get into it in the future, depending which way this channel goes. I am doing my best. I am choosing to do the best I can. I am choosing to do the right thing. I am choosing to say the right thing. I am gotta listen for that I am. Anytime you're using that I am, you're programming yourself. What are you saying? Are you tired or are you full of energy? Usually first there's the statement and then there's the observation of the state. And then you can flip it on its head. You observe the state and you name it. You think that's what happens, but usually you first say I'm tired and then you start yawning. Or usually you say it first in your thought. That's the first step, remember? First it comes as a thought. Then you speak it out, then you act it out. And they intertwine and they interchange, but speech, mind, one of the two, and then action most of the time. But then it's a closed loop. So once you perform the action, that creates a closed loop where it goes back to the mind and the speech. Use the right words at the right time. Stop with the lies. How do you stop lying? By recognizing your own worth. By recognizing that any lie that you build upon will have to be destroyed eventually, and the truth will always have to come out. And you're going to have to pay a very heavy price for telling lies. You may not see it. You may not realize it, but you're paying for the lies all the time in various ways. You're building a kingdom. There's a house of cards. And when any sort of wind blows, it's all going to fall apart. And building a kingdom upon lies is like creating a kingdom that eats itself from within, so it has to keep expanding upon itself and including more and more people into it so that it can maintain itself, because if at any moment it stops expanding, it will eat itself into destruction until it just completely collapses and falls apart. Because once you tell a one lie, you need to tell another 5 to upkeep that lie, and you're gonna need more and more people to tell those lies so that you can upkeep that one lie. And it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually it has to fall. Truth, it doesn't matter. When you tell the truth, you can be asked at 4 a.m. in the morning what you did, and you tell the truth. You don't care if someone believes you or not believes you, because the truth is the truth. It doesn't care about your emotions. It doesn't care about what people think. 2 plus 2 is 4. It will always be that. It doesn't matter if I get offended by it. It will still be 4. It doesn't matter if I go and shout at it. It will still be 4. It doesn't matter if I scribble it out and write 5. It will still be 4. I'm just lying. I'm trying to lie. I'm trying to force a lie on it, you know? Your speech is really important. It is a powerful tool for manifestation of your surrounding, of your immediate surrounding and interaction with those who are around you. Make sure you use it wisely. And it all begins by you observing yourself and realizing all the ways where your mind says one thing that you should do and your speech coming out completely differently. Have you ever rehearsed what you're gonna say in your mind? It's like, okay, I'm gonna go and say hello, and then I'm gonna ask them how are you, and then you walk in and someone says something. It's like, what you want? And then you just turn around and it's like, fuck you, man. It's like you rehearsed it completely differently in your mind. So what happened? You're not aligned. You don't know who you are. This is why you can't align yourself. You're not aware who you are. You're not taking the time to observe yourself. You think that you're this, when in reality you are this. And until the two meet and perfectly align on one on top of another, only then can you perform changes within yourself and within your environment. Changes that will be lasting. You can put on masks at any given moment, but masks require a lot of energy in order to upkeep, and they will tire you out. And if you put on enough masks, you're gonna forget who you are. You're gonna be people pleasing, you're gonna be resentful, you're gonna be unmotivated, and you're gonna feel burnt out because you're not allowing yourself to be yourself. And every time the true desires and wants come, you're gonna put the mask on top of them so that you perform a completely different action, or you're gonna rationalize them out of existence. So start small. Start saying one nice thing a day to yourself and to those around you. Try and give them a simple compliment. Like, your hair looks good today. I like the t-shirt that you're wearing. Did you lose weight? Did you put on muscle? I like your food. I like you. Stand in front of a mirror and tell yourself that you like yourself. Or even better, stand in front of a mirror and tell yourself, whilst looking yourself in the eye, that you love yourself. See where that leads you. See how quick you're going to be to reject that. See how many things the mind is going to project to convince you otherwise. It's really gonna show you very quickly who you really are. But you gotta observe yourself, and you gotta have to be brutally honest with yourself. You gotta admit to who you are before you can change yourself. Blessings be upon you, my friend. Take your time, be patient with yourself. You'll get over it. You'll climb out of there. And you'll make it look easy in the end. It will all become very simple and easy in the end. Until then, have a blast and remember to observe yourself. Consider subscribing. There's a lot more for me to tell you. There are a lot more things that you still need to know about manifestation. These are just fundamentals. And just few of them, really, really. I haven't even touched upon 1% of the stuff. Comment, let me know. Have you noticed that you sabotage yourself yet? Have you noticed the way in which you destroy your relationships? Perhaps something is not clear. Ask me. I'll make another video. Leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.